I was a 24-year-old working as a quality manager in a large chicken processing organisation when I experienced my first massive restructure. Sure, I'd experienced change at work before, even led some of it, and at this stage change was just a normal and exciting part of work. However, this one was different. It arrived by fax machine, one page of corporate spin and the other an org chart with nobody's names on it. The question on everybody's lips was, what does this mean for me, for my team, for my colleagues, for my boss? I was chatting with Maddie, our production controller, who'd been with the company for more than 20 years, and I asked her what she made of all of this change. Surely it will be for the better. Her response surprised me at the time, but it has really stuck with me. She said, oh, there's nothing new in any of this. They make this change every 4 or 5 years. It's just a continual cycle. And over time, my own impressions of change at work became rather similar, starting to see it a bit more like a merry-go-round or a carousel, where sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down, and sometimes you're asked to get off, and then other times you demand to get off because the whole thing is making you feel sick. Organisational change is typically characterised as a planned, linear and rational exercise. This just had not been my own experience, and I suspected that that may well be the case for others. So my PhD is investigating people's responses and experiences of change at work. And the first question I've asked is, how much change are people currently experiencing at work? Asking this of over 1,700 people across 3 different countries, the US, Australia and New Zealand, finding that 73% of those surveyed are experiencing change at work. And of those, 42% would say that that's a moderate to massive amount of change. And when you look at the comments from these people, you can see that while many of them are trying to adjust and adapt to this change, this is often at a personal cost. Change at work is normal, but how we deal with that change has implications, not just for the performance of our organisations, but for our own enjoyment of work, for our feelings of competence and that we can do our jobs well, and for our own health and well-being. So my next question is, how do you experience and deal with change at work? Thank you.